So Wired, which has been all over the tech aspects of the Epstein case, says that there's a 3-minute cut rather than a 1-minute cut. And again, you'll recall that the Attorney General's position was that the 1-minute gap was the product of the normal routine, that there's a 1-minute gap every night. And what they say now is metadata from the quote unquote raw Epstein prison video shows approximately 2 minutes and 53 seconds were removed from one of the two stitched together clips. The cut starts right at the missing minute. Again, I don't know that their reporting's true. Ben, I don't know if you've ever killed anybody, but can you kill somebody in 2 minutes and 53 seconds?
I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
I never have.
Yeah.
But I also, this is one of those examples of why so many Americans have zero faith in our government, zero faith in the investigative aspect of our government. And it's like, hey, here's a tape, but we're not going to give you the whole tape because some of it's missing. Like, how do I have any trust in that? And so this goes back to transparency. It goes back to, I think, one of the reasons why you have so many people that are just frustrated when they voted for Donald Trump the second time. And if you look at what our exit poll data showed, people wanted exposing of the government, of anyone that was doing things that were shady or corrupt. They wanted transparency. They don't trust the deep state. And Donald Trump said, if you bring me in, I'm going to let you see what's happening. Whether it was the assassination of JFK, right? I mean, he was going back, whether it was Martin Luther King. And so he was saying, the American people deserve to see what their government has been doing or what they've been covering up. And so when you put out a tape like this and they're like, oh, it's just routine, there's a minute here missing. I'm glad there's geeks out there. And I say that with like kindness.
Yeah.
I love that there are geeks out there that understand the data, the stuff I do not understand on coding and times and all of these things. Thank you for doing great work and asking questions. But this goes back to the core issue. There is no trust in our government institutions right now for this reason in the deep state.
Yeah. Again, raise your hand if you want in the conversation. We're going to have to jump to some other topics in a second because there are a lot of other topics. Nomi, if you were called by the president and inclined to help him and he said, what should I do now? What would you tell him? What would you tell him to do?
I would change the subject, which is what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
It's not working so well. Listen, I mean, I think if you're going to have a conversation about Epstein and continue it, I would focus it on the Clintons. I would focus it on all the Democrats who ran around with Epstein. And I would say things like, I would probably explain the Epstein things a little bit more. I'm not defending Epstein. Let me be very clear. I want to see it all too. But if I were in his shoes, I would say this is a man who used power and used his relationships as a tool and as a cover for other things. So he bartered in these relationships. I mean, Dalai Lama was in his black book. Now, do I think that Dalai Lama was up to no good? I definitely don't. But he was probably at these parties in which he invited all these people and traded in on all these relationships. And then there were probably people who went on the Lolita Express and did a lot of bad things. And I think that's what the public wants to know. Who's on the good list, who's on the bad list, and what was really happening.
Well, here's what the president did say today about all this, and he did invoke Democrats. Number one, please.
The Attorney General briefed you on the DOJ and FBI review, the findings of that review. The Attorney General briefed you on
what? On the
DOJ and FBI
on what?
review.
On what subject?
Epstein.
Okay.
On Epstein, of the review of the files. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
A very quick briefing.
Did she tell you? What did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the file?
No. She's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden, we went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it, but she's handled it very well. And it's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. Yeah.
Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip. And you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.